Welcome back, everyone. Many times when we're interested in buying a home, we jump straight into looking at homes. But Vice President of Tropical Financial Credit Union, Amy McGraw, says that's actually not the first place you want to start. Amy, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jason. It's great to be here.
Of course, this is news to me. You don't want to start looking at home first. Why?
Because think about it. And first of all, I have to apologize. Speaking of homes, during these times, a lot of us are working from home. So I'm actually joined by Biggie here. I hope that he isn't too much of a distraction for everybody. But I think a lot of people, that's the first thing you want to do. You're really excited about buying a house. Problem is, if you start looking at homes that end up being out of your price range and you fall in love with one, and then you find out later you can't get a mortgage to cover that amount, it won't matter what you see after that. Nothing is going to live up to the hype and what you set out as your perfect house. And it's going to be kind of a drag of a process. So you don't want to do that first.
It's like buying a car. You fall in love, and then you realize you can't get it. It's like, a bummer. But location, location, location. How does one go about locating where it is they'd like to live?
Yeah, that's actually a really good place to start because it's really important, especially if you have children, to know the quality of the schools or even knowing crime statistics. So a really good place to start, we have a program called Home Advantage. It's a platform where you can look at neighborhoods. There's lots of great information about the neighborhoods, stats on crimes in schools and things like that. Narrow that down first, but don't start looking at houses yet. Just find the neighborhood first. And then what you want to do is find out how much you can afford.
Right. Tropical Financial is a great tool to engage. What benefits does a SoFlo house hunter have by going through Tropical to make that home purchase?
That Home Advantage program is really phenomenal. First of all, you're going to be working with an approved real estate agent. And what that basically means is we worked with them for a while, so we're sure they've got the member's best interest at heart. The other part of it is they agree to give the buyer 20% of the buyer's commission back to the buyer at closing. And that on average is around $1,700. And let me tell you, that comes in handy. So that's a huge benefit of the Home Advantage program. Then you also can work, it's an MLS listing. So you see all the houses that are currently on the market. And they work directly with the mortgage loan officer from Tropical Financial. And the mortgage loan officer can help you find out exactly how much you can afford. And right now through November, just by registering for Home Advantage, you actually are entered into a sweepstakes where you can win a monthly prize of $300 for September and October, and then $500 in the month of November. I know the way the months work in this year. It's October, November. So it's a 3-month program.
That's awesome, Amy. So cool. Money is at the root of all of this, right? A home we can afford, making sure the home can be paid for. Tell us the importance of having a monthly budget.
Well, when you meet with your mortgage loan officer, there's 2 ways to go. There's to either get pre-qualified, and that's a good place to start, especially if you're not sure which lender you want to use. So you have an idea of how much you can afford, but that isn't going to mean anything if you're actually ready to make an offer. You need to be pre-approved before you make an offer. Now, here's the trick. You need to know what mortgage loan officer and what lending institution you're going to go with before you get pre-approved, because pre-approved means actually applying and actually getting your credit pulled. You do not want to do that at several institutions. That will hurt your credit and hurt your ability to get that house of your dreams.